All right, welcome everybody to our next one-on-one hot seat. I'm Vince Delmonte, and we've got a brand new online fitness coach to our community named Laura Sulios, and we're gonna have a blast here together, putting together 90-day action plan to get more leads, and we're gonna get her clarity on her messaging, and we're also going to talk about how to ascend people to our next offer once they complete their first transformation. So we're going to have a ton of fun. If you're listening live, just drop hashtag live. If you're listening on the replay, drop a hashtag replay. And let's just dig in. Laura, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Don't be nervous. Just us.
I'm good. I'm good.
Well, why don't you just tell me a bit about yourself, a bit about your background with fitness and, how you've arrived here.
Yeah, so background is I'm actually started off as a medical esthetician and I'm still practicing medical esthetician, and I own my own clinic alongside my husband. So I've been doing that for 20 years, and I concentrate on holistic natural. So without the use of Botox injections and any of that. And then for fitness, in 2018, I had my own personal body transformation. And from there, that basically, ignited a fire inside of me that I said I need to do this to be able to help more, women be able to overcome, that, weight issue that they're having. And so I went back to school, got certified, and started offering online fitness coaching to my clients. So I pretty much started in 2020. So yeah.
Amazing. Well, congrats. That's really cool. So,
Thank you.
with your transformation, what was your transformation? What were your struggles, leading up to the start of that? And what did you just kind of tell me a bit about the struggles of doing that transformation and what you specifically achieved?
Yeah, so for me, it was after having my kids that, it was a lot harder to lose that belly fat and just get in that shape again. And things that I was doing before I had children weren't really successful now that I've had children. Plus, now that you have kids, it was also needed to be more on a time restraint. I didn't have 3 hours of being able to go work out at the gym. So I started doing shorter workouts, more effective. And I also really started following more of a strict meal plan to actually get my goals. So I was able to lose about 20 pounds, and I actually just completely reshaped my whole entire body. So, and obviously with that comes the boost of confidence, comes, being able to just go out and not have these roles. And it just, I want to say the confidence is the biggest thing that I found, and that just radiates from head to toe.
I got it. You're just giving me sales copy there. It was really good. So,
Okay.
hey, for everybody watching, just type a one in the chat if you can see this. We're going to be working off a document here. Just want to make sure everybody can see that. So, Laura, let's jump in here. So,
Yeah.
for our revenue target, to recap, we're roughly around 3K per month. Our goal is to get to 100K per
Correct.
year, consistent 10K months.
Yeah.
We talked a bit before we went live. Top three questions for tonight is I'm getting an echo here. 1 second. Let me get that. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. How am I getting that? Okay. So, how to get new leads, clear niche for messaging content, continuity with the sell afterwards. So we'll talk about that. I'd love just to hear from you with regards to your goals, why, why the 100K a year is important. What's that going to give you? What's that going to remove for you?
For the reason would be so that I can take a little bit of a step back on the aesthetics and put more concentration on the online transformation coaching. And the main goal is to, eventually even be able to spend, 6 months outside of Canada and still have an income.
Mm.
Yeah.
And let me guess, you guys would be going to Greece?
That's correct. Good old Europe.
That's amazing. Do you guys go often?
We try to, yeah. Like we were there last summer, and then obviously with COVID, we weren't able to go. So the last time we went was 2019. But yeah, if we can go, then we go.
That's awesome. Then with regards to impact, how many people are you visualizing? Like your coaching program, we talked about it being $1,600, 16 weeks. How many people do you want in your program? When I say impact, like in 12 months from now, how many active members do we have?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if I put less work into aesthetics, then I can put more hours and time into the coaching. So, I mean, honestly, like I would say, yeah, like even a good roster of like 30 clients would be ideal.
So 30 active members.
Yeah.
Love it. With goals, do you have any goals when it comes to delivery in terms of like what you're actually providing clients? Like, what do you feel needs to be improved in your delivery? Like, it could be anything from, an app, meal plans, more recipes. It could be a weekly, group coaching call, just in terms of like the service aspect.
I do offer all those things. I just find that my clients don't necessarily always take advantage of it. So I do like bi-weekly check-ins. However, I am available if they have questions that they can reach out to me wherever. I created my own recipe book, so I have that option. I, give them meal plans. I have the online app. So, I mean, I do have a lot of that already available for them to be able to reach their goals.
Got it. Okay. So very first thing, just kind of like first kind of action item.
Yeah.
Um, right now, the most successful students are building thriving communities. And the community aspect is going to come from bringing your people together.
Yeah.
And it's also what's going to be the most scalable aspect of your program because, one, people are going to get attention from you. They're going to get attention to their specific problems, access to you. They're going to get accountability from being around other people in the group. And they're going to get affirmation from you and from coaches. And those are the things from the member story. Those are the things that are going to increase your retention. So like, they kind of, they say it's easy to leave your spouse, but it's hard to leave your best friend. It's the same thing in business. It's easy to leave a coaching program, but it's hard to leave your friends.
Okay.
So what I would just like first thing here is like top females in our group, they all have like a weekly group coaching call. It's kind of
Okay.
like church. It's like everyone goes to church on Sunday. It's where we bring everyone together. It's where we would do maybe what we call specialist training, where you would teach. There might be some implementation, some sharing, some recognition of members, plus Q&A. This is where everyone brings their questions. And our goal is to have 30 active, all those active members. You'll never have 100% show up rate. Like the goal is to have like, this is the most important thing of the program. Like if you only do one thing in the program, it's the weekly group coaching call. This is where people are going to connect with others. This is where you get to normalize people's problems. We see this as like one of the most important pieces of the group coaching model. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I did actually start a Facebook group, but I feel like I haven't obviously like nurtured it that much. And a lot of my clients that I actually currently coach are not on social media whatsoever, like zero, zero.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, which is fine right now, but we can change
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
always, it also comes back to expectations, right? So, when you are marketing, when you're in your stories, when you're on your sales calls, when you're on the onboarding, the expectation is that, okay, we run this weekly group coaching call for all the clients. This is where people show up. Once you start even showing, behind the scenes of, you doing Zoom calls and people in the rooms, people just see like, oh, a part of being in her community is being on Zoom, being on social media. So you can shift. It's like people saying, "Oh, I don't go to live events," but like when I'm showing on my social media's live events, people all of a sudden start getting on planes and flying across the ocean to come to our live events. So it's conditioning. It's like social behavior. just training people to, this is how we do things, so that the people who start coming to your program are going to be probably on social media.
Okay, makes sense.
And then also like letting them know like this is where the value is. We've seen so many people like get accounts even if they're currently not on social media. It all will just start with like, it all starts from you down.
Yeah.
So weekly group coaching call, same time, 1 hour, give it a theme.
Okay.
So, maybe this month it's cooking, and you kind of rotate through the pillars in your program. So it could be this month it's just on like the best breakfasts. It's just dialing in breakfast. Next month it could be dialing in lunch. It could be really anything, but the main thing is that people know that, hey, she's teaching on this month, and people have something to look forward to.
Okay.
And that's also how people are gonna like want to never leave the group when their 3 or 4 months comes up because of the topics in the pipeline.
Okay. And then I guess, as like, say if people do leave, would you actually kick them out? No, not necessarily, because you never know if they want to rejoin again. Or what would you say to that?
The weekly group coaching calls is just for paid coaching members.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you rotate training, nutrition, mindset, and maybe you have one on hormones, lifestyle, kids, time management,
Yeah.
It's really fun because this becomes your curriculum. Like these are your pillars.
Yeah.
And people love it because they get something. It's kind of like going to school, but you're the teacher.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So this is going to help a lot. So this is all good. Have a lifestyle goal this year?
Well, I'm turning 40, so I guess it would just be to get even in more shape.
The best shape of life. When you turn 40?
In November.
What date?
22nd.
Oh, no kidding. I'm November 26th.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Okay. So that's
And
actually
you're
a
going to be
great
40
time.
as well?
No, I'll be 40. Geez, 45.
Oh, okay.
Crazy. I'm at 12 p.m. on the clock. I go one more time if you're looking at a clock. So just as I'll give you another little something to look forward to because your birthday is right around mine.
Yeah.
I would do a scholarship promotion tied into your scholarship promotion, birthday, Black Friday. Usually our biggest month of the year is November because I tie this all together.
Okay.
At the end of the year, everybody's in buying mode. To be honest, that's really good because you can get a jump start on Black Friday sales with your November 21st. So this will be when you run like a really big promotion for anybody who's a non-member. And I would even do actually, sorry, that's for lead generation.
Okay.
And then for closing, I would do a big renewal offer.
Okay.
So like an example, actually we can come to that. We're jumping down a little too quick. All right. Okay, cool. So let's just go through. Do you have any contribution goals in terms of like charity or anything like that?
Not right now. Not at the top of my head. Something I need to think about more.
No problem.
Like we donate always to our church, and we also have like 4 children that I sponsor with World Vision. So that's an ongoing. But well,
that's awesome. I have a couple with World Vision too, and Compassion Canada.
yeah.
Do your kids write to them?
No, they just will sign the paper, send them the birthday cards. That. Yeah.
I got my oldest doing it now because once I got too many kids, I'm like, holy
I
cow,
know.
it's a
I
full-time
know.
job.
It's their responsibility. Something for them to look forward to.
Yeah. So let's we've already talked about what we want to get some clarity on how to get new leads, clear niche for messaging continuity. Let's just jump right down to your
Yeah.
program name. Why don't you tell me a bit about, like, you've got this the medical esthetician element, but
Yeah.
then you've got help a woman just reshape their body. I love that word reshape, by the way.
Yeah.
So talk to me a bit about like the 16-week program. Exactly what is the transformation that we promise?
So it's basically like that's where I'm having a hard time if I should actually continue to say that reversing the signs of aging and throw in obviously the medical aesthetics, or drop that altogether and just focus on, more of the losing weight without the hours of cardio and without the cutting of carbs.
Okay. Um, what when what would you say, like, when you say, I want to find the word that like resonates, like that's going to be like pretty much like your brand. So like,
Yeah.
is when you talk about best shape of your life, like what is, how do you want to be described? Like what is the tangible outcome that, like, the irrational desire that the woman wants?
Yeah, well, I always tell my clients that I'm creating the best version of themselves. So, like, that's why every single talk that we have, I'm always like, well, we're creating the best version of you, right? So, that's how usually I end things. But I would say for sure, like, the main goal is that most of my clients are all like career driven women over the age of 35. They want quick, workout. So I do like 30 minutes less and mainly home based workouts. So that's where I wasn't sure if I should say, uh, like career driven mom, strip that belly fat, reverse the signs of aging without hours of cardio. And, like I wasn't sure if I should do that. My Instagram needs to be updated. So right now I
Yeah,
just have, the empowering 35 plus, right? So that needs to be
yeah.
updated. But yeah,
Let's
so I
let's
think that's the thing, is that I'm not sure if I should continue with the niche and say, the reversing aging and throw in the natural holistic medical aesthetics, or if that should be dropped and it should just be focusing on, the stubborn belly fat.
yeah. Just tell me, what are you most passionate about?
Both.
It's tricky. Um, I totally understand.
Yeah.
We're gonna optimize this in a moment.
Okay.
Um, I feel like the medical aesthetics thing can be more something that you talk about, but it's not what you lead with. I
Okay.
feel like it can almost be like an extra thing you include in your program because it is one of your expertises, but to cast the widest net. I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to get the most response from like your own personal transformation.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you transformed, after 2 kids, like that's what I think I'll, you're going to cast the widest net with that offer.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah.
Uh, the reverse aging is good too, but it's not like a crystal clear, like it's not like a tangible outcome. Um, 20 pounds of stubborn belly fat is crystal clear what you're doing.
Yeah, so
Adding,
usually like with my current like clients, so in that like 4 months, I've seen anywhere, I want to say the least amount that I've seen would be like 10 pounds, and then the most I would say would be 25. But just because that was the highest, I would say I would aim between 10 to 20 pounds to say.
so I think what you said was very clear. I help career driven women.
Yeah.
You like strip, burn, melt.
Um, yeah, strip the stubborn belly fat.
So I would say 20 plus pounds of stubborn belly fat. And I would just put in reverse age.
Okay.
And then we want it very clear. And then when we're doing anything here, we want to eliminate anything that's I call it cute, clever, or cute or clever. We want it to be clear. We don't want to sell
Mhm.
concepts. We want to sell concrete. So,
Yeah.
um, best version of you. I love it. I say this all the time too, but I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Empowering sounds cool, but I don't know what it means.
Okay.
Dream body. means something different to everybody. But
Yeah.
like when you say this can be measured.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I just delete up all this,
Yeah.
and then I would put like the things that you don't do. I just got to get that up. Let me get that emoji down here 1 second. Yeah. I put that X emoji.
Okay.
And because I like the things you stand against.
Yeah.
1 second. Or you can even whatever emoji you like, but
Yeah.
and honestly, the one that jumped out at me, I've never actually seen other uh like I don't think I've ever really coached. I mean, I'm sure it's happened, but
Yeah.
this one jumps out at me like no Botox because that's like I mean that's the thing, right? So
Yeah.
I think this is one of the big things you got to talk about on your page.
Okay.
Like this is I see you creating like a whole series of reels around like why not Botox? Why not carbs? Why not cardio? Why is this better? So um I mean do you is this a sponsor that you have to is there a reason you
Affiliate. Yeah. Yeah.
you're gonna feel it?
So
Okay.
I can put it in the link tree thing that I currently have.
Yeah, do that
Okay.
because I want you to you want to be DME you know um what's going to be your word reshape the
Okay.
details. You want all your traffic. This is your now profile optimized for conversions. And I think like transformation coach, you can even like, I want you to kind of, think about this, but it could be like reverse aging coach, or it could
Okay.
be um, stubborn belly fat specialist. Like what we need is we need to be known for something. Like transformation coach is a lot of people use it, but it's too vague.
Yeah.
What resonates with you, Laura?
I think I like just by reading both, I would say people right away for just questioning things would be the reverse aging coach. Like, how would you do that?
Oh, people message you that?
Yeah, I think like I think like from me personally, if I had a coach that would say, I can help you reverse aging, like I would be more entitled to reaching out to them, especially because I focus on women over 35. So,
I like it. This just for that we could probably spend another 4 hours on this wordsmithing this, but like right now, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? How do you
yeah,
feel about this?
yeah, I like it too. It's definitely more clear.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need clear. All right. So your
Yeah,
one of your first questions is how do we start attracting leads?
yeah,
Um, before we just kind of jump into your content, let's come back into the name of the program. Talk to me about like metabolic reset, how you came up with that. Like the main transformation is that they're going to lose fat.
yeah.
Um, what do you feel? Do you like this? Do you want to change it or
No, I
uh,
would like to change it. I just wasn't sure, like a clear name. So I would say probably something to the point of the, like what we just typed at the top there, something to do with the reversing of aging and reducing the belly fat, something like that, but it needs to be catchy.
yeah, absolutely. So our formula for the program tagline it looks like this. So it's mechanism.
Hmm.
So like what jumped out at me is like you said at home
Yeah.
30-minute. I don't even know if I put 30-minute. I put like short at home workouts
Yeah.
to um, and then we want a verb like maximize, increase, and then the three benefits of your program. So it's like to um, reshape. What would you say? Like it would be like to metabolic resistance training to increase tone, curves, and depth and strength, something like that. What would you say like the top three benefits are this first 16 weeks?
I would say for sure losing the weight, but also I find a lot of my clients tend to build like that hourglass shape and start to have more of like that feminine curves, right?
Actually, that sounds pretty good. Look at that.
Feminine curves.
Watch.
Yeah.
Again, you get to decide on the final language, but I want to make
Yeah.
sure just for the sake of our time, you're leaving with like some strong structures. So like
Yeah.
quick, watch this. And you could, are your workouts like, are they kind of like, are they intense or like, how would you, like, what's your
Depends on
thing?
the person and the level of fitness that they're at, right? So obviously for beginners, no, they're not intense. We're just getting through like the motion of things. So yeah.
So one thought for this is like,
Yeah.
you want to like tell people this is how the workouts are, as opposed to like, it's, hey, this is how we do things, because this is also how you're going to get more leads. So you
Yeah.
can polarize. You can say, hey, if you're looking for really tame workouts, this isn't for you. Or you can say, if you're looking for super hardcore workouts that leave you, on the sofa for the rest of the day, this is not for you. So you want to be able to say like, this is how because you've just called out women that
Yeah.
want to lose 20 pounds of stubborn belly fat. So you have to just kind of
Yeah.
make the assumption they're all on the same journey. So you can own this. It's like, these are quick. These are not long
Yeah.
workouts.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does this sound?
So
Feel?
quick at home workouts to maximize fat loss, metabolize feminine curve. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the program tagline. This is the mechanism,
Okay.
and these are the benefits.
Yes.
Um, this is great. I think so.
Perfect.
For the program name, the formula we use is the duration plus benefit plus handle. So like an example would be the 90-day, you know, mummylicious, you know, uh, you know, blueprint, something like that. That's an example. So you got the 16 week, right?
Yeah.
16 week of all the words you love, like, is it bikini body? Is it, like if we were to pick one thing, so what is the best version of them? If you had to say, once you have this body, this is the best, this is going to be the best
I
version of
would
you.
actually say goddess.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh
like
yeah,
a
because you're
Greek
Greek.
goddess.
Yes, I love it. The 16 week. Why don't you call it this? That's it. The Greek goddess um, experience.
Now my
I mean,
husband
you
will
could
love
call
that even more.
your husband.
My husband will love that title.
Oh yeah, men are gonna sign their wives up left and right now. Watch. See, this is what every guy wants too. Uh, every guy wants the Greek goddess experience as well. So
There
you might
you
get
go.
men signed. So,
Well, my question is
but
because if I specify and say at home workouts, if I do have clients that obviously like I can do gym, am I by putting at home workouts, am I right away deterring people who actually have memberships to a gym to contact me? Or what would you think?
yeah, great question. First of all,
Yeah.
um, on the internet, you have to polarize to monetize.
Yeah.
So you want to own a category, right? You want to own a category. So when I come to your page, I'm crystal clear, like, oh, her, I'll give you an example. So let me just grab another member here. So Danica, all right. So when you come to her page, you immediately know her workouts are in the gym, right? So I come here, it's clear that her business is for women that work out in the gym, not at home.
Yeah.
Now, when you go to Heidi's page, another client of ours, it's crystal clear that her content is for women who train at home because all of her stuff is inside. So what they see is who you're going to attract. So I would double down on like what's the type of content that one like I always say simple for you to make and makes you look awesome.
Okay.
So when I say that, what are you like? Could your program have both, yes, but like when we're thinking about who are we going to serve, I'd love you to pick one. Like, are these videos going to be shot in the gym? Are they going to be shot at home? Or where do you do your workouts yourself?
Yeah, like for me, I do it all from home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that's what I want to see then.
Okay.
Because first of all, I'll just tell you straight up, you're going to make more money marketing at home workouts.
Yeah.
Because there's the majority of women are training at home. So
Yeah.
like this is the first thing we got to fix. So on your page, like every third post, we're gonna like start posting at home workouts. So just straight up workouts, exercise tips, workouts, you know, supersets, specific things I can do because this is what women want, but I'm not seeing how to get it.
Okay.
So this is going to be a core part of your content. So let's I'm just going to bring this down here. Another good girl to follow. She's in a group. She's skyrocketed from like nothing to she's doing like 30K months now. Rachel, and I believe a lot of the stuff she does. Yeah, oh yeah, there you go. So there's her message. I help women get in the best shape of their lives without long hours restrictions. Or there you go. There's her hook, leaving their home. So when you see her content, like she's in her house, she's in her house. It looks very real too, right? So like
Yeah.
that's her living, that's her kitchen. So when like women like resonate with this, it's like, oh, I can do this. She's in her, you know, she's in her closet. She's in the laundry room. Like, so when people look at the content, it's like immediately relatable. It's immediate. There's no like you're gonna attract more women who are like, hey, I can work out at home because Laura works out at home. So that's like the very first thing we want to see. People quickly resonate with, hey, she teaches people how to work out at home. I don't have time to go to the gym. I need to start following her.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put, so we've done that, optimized profile for conversions, content strategy. Every third post, workouts. And why do we need to do this? Because they're going to get the most saves and shares, which is going to lead to audience growth.
Okay.
Okay. So let's come back up here. I love this, by the way. It's great. So I think just for the sake of time, like this is all solid. 1,600 for 15 weeks. You know what I would try is how's this going for like conversion rates? Is it phone closing? Like, are you getting resistance, or how's this price point landing for your people?
Yeah, I find resistance from the price. But I'm not sure. Like I found that when I was doing 3 months, that especially when people need to lose over 20 pounds, it wasn't enough time.
Got it. I'll make it look a lot cheaper. If you went like 1450 main price, and then when you do your sales, it's 1150. Are you charging in USD?
No, Canadian.
All right. Are you open to an immediate pay raise?
Uh, well, all of my clients are Canadian, and to be honest, I'm not very happy that I have to pay American.
Yeah, that's so. So I hear you. How would you
And
like
I
to make
already
30?
it's also because I'm doing it already through my Square account that I already have set up with the spa. So it's just easier when I just create a link and then boom, they just plug in everything, right?
So a couple things. Again, you can keep it Canadian, but a couple things. All of our Canadian clients charge in USD. I've been charging in USD since 2005. So like 18 months this month. Actually, I started my business May 18 years ago. The reason we charge in US is because we're an international business. For instance, you have to pay me in US. You'll eventually maybe hire a graphic designer, a website developer who will be in the US. Software, Active Campaign, Calendly, all these different softwares that you'll use, they're all going to charge in US. So you're taking a hit. You're like you have to transfer your money. You have to pay 35% more anytime you're buying stuff. So The way you overcome this is one, I'm
Hmm.
an international business, which you are.
Yeah.
As you grow, you're going to have clients probably eventually more so in United States. I'm an international business. And another fun line you can use is, this is how we've always done it. Um, but ultimately, if they want to pay in Canadian, they can. That's not a problem. But it's 1450 USD or 1450 times 1.35, or it's 1957 Canadian. Or you can just put 1950 Canadian to make it easy. So people can pay in Canadian, no problem. But you're showing them like, yeah, no problem, I can charge you Canadian, but then it's 1950. Does that make sense?
Okay.
And with this is then you also have to charge them HST
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or so what we do is we charge in USD and I eat the HST. So my accountant goes through all of our clients and then I make the HST payment myself with all my Canadian clients because we charge in USD. So there's different ways of doing it. This is a little more, um, off the purpose of a game plan. But the sooner you start charging USD, the sooner you give yourself a 35% pay raise. And people get it. They're like, this is how I pay. I need one international currency. I know it's a little nerve wracking. The first couple times you might have a couple people like, oh, wait a second, I thought you were in Canada. I'm like, I am in Canada. But eventually you'll be like, shoot, I should have switched over a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, I think
Okay.
especially that we're putting the whole Greek goddess in there. I have worked with international clients before, so
Yeah,
it's not like it hasn't been done before. So, yeah, it's something to
100%.
definitely figure out.
I've coached hundreds of Canadians who've gone on to just change their pricing overnight. And
Okay.
there's like, you might have one person that like you just explain to them very calmly because this is just all factual. Right?
Yeah.
The international business. Okay, cool. So that's good. With regard to pricing strategy, I think this is fine. Um, this is like friends, family rate. If you ever need to adjust pricing to help somebody come into the program,
Yeah.
or during scholarships,
Okay.
promotions. Well, like that's the lowest end, and that's actually pretty close to what you were charging with the in
Yeah.
before, but for Canadian. So um, this feels really good. Okay, so let's talk about your continuity offer, just since that was one of the things you mentioned. So, um, Suzanne Galuzzo from Toronto? Probably
I
heard of
have
her.
heard of her, yeah, but I don't know if I follow her to know her well enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so she was my first female fitness millionaire.
Okay.
Um, this is Suzanne. She's in California now, but she is from Canada.
Okay.
Um, reason I was sharing her is because she's got a great way how she does the renewals.
Okay.
Um, wait 1 second. So, way it works is this would be your front end. So it's basically 1450 for the first 16 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and it's 1150 for every subsequent um, 4 months. So it's as simple as that.
Okay.
Just a little discount. So it's about, I don't know, it's a 20% off sort of thing. But then it auto, and you set it up for it auto bills.
Okay.
And by the way, if there's anything that I'm sharing in the call here, like you can get this stuff solved through on coaching calls or with the coaches. It auto bills every 4 months, and they need 60-day written notice to cancel if they want to discontinue. Now, what we also do here is at around week 15, we have a mandatory, you could call it a next phase. There's different names you can come up, next phase game plan call.
Okay.
So this is, it's essentially a sales call, but there's also like a ton of value in essentially what you're doing is on the call, it's reviewing the results. And we have a whole template for how to do these calls, but it's reviewing the results, what's going well, where are they struggling, map out the next 16 weeks, give them options to continue. So the big thing for you is like what happens after 16 months. It's what are their new problems after the first transformation. And the way that I would market this is what do we call it? The Greek goddess. This is where you get to play with the program name.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the 16-week Greek goddess. It could be like Greek goddess. You could call your continuity offer something like that.
Yeah.
And this is where they're going to get more advanced workouts. Ongoing support, accountability, coaching calls, check-ins. The biggest thing is the community.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all positioned around, okay, so you've lost the weight. Now this is all positioned around how to keep it off for life.
Yeah.
In order to do that, this is what they need.
Okay.
How are you feeling about all this so far?
Yeah, no, it's very good. It's more clear. That's what I needed.
Good, good. Okay, sweet. So we've got your messaging, offers all cleared. All right. Let's come down here to just like reverse engineer 10K per month. All right. So 10K per month, program price, 1450. So let's see how many units that is. $1,000 divided by 1450. We're looking at 7 new members a month. Do you know what your closing rate is on the phone and your show up rate?
I don't have I have actually a call tomorrow. So each week I have maybe one. It's not consistent, right? With new leads that are coming in. And last week I had a new one and she closed. The week before I had a new one and she didn't. So yeah.
Let's put 50%.
So maybe 50%. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, we'll put show up rate at 80%. So we're going to say we need 14 people with 80% show up rate. We'll make this really simple. So we need to book 15 calls, 15 calls a month. So let's even just make it 16. So 4 calls per week. So 4 calls per week equals a 10K month business.
Yeah.
And then imagine, this was 75%. All of a sudden, this number is closer to 15K, right? Yeah. So you can see how these numbers, how people get to the 20, 30K months. All they're doing is they're scaling these metrics, primarily scaling booked calls.
Yeah.
Number of booked calls. So more booked calls, more conversions. So we need a strategy here to get 4 calls per week. So fun stuff now. So let's just jump onto your profile. One thing I did see that you had was, sorry. This was good. I saw that you did have a welcome post right here.
Yeah.
This is good. Okay. So we're going to leave this here. When did you post this though? 56. Oh, okay. 56. You know what I would do? So I would redo this post.
Okay.
Pin it, and we have a format here where I want you to do a whole collage of photos. So let me show you one with so carry home in 1 second. So when they come to your page, we have this cool format. Hey, new IG friends, I'm Laura. Since there's a lot of new faces here, I'll go first with the intro, and you'll see it's template based. So things about me, and it's really it's really neat models, fun facts, humble brags, And you can see like, then, oh, she didn't put a lot of photos. But if you look at mine, I'll give you a guy in the group, Gut Whisper. I just had him update this. He has the same format, but all the images are in alignment with, like, you pretty much get to know the guy through this very first post.
Okay.
So it's, kind of like your favorite photos that would like summarize your life.
Okay.
It's just kind of like gruesome, but like it's almost like your eulogy photos.
Okay.
There's 10 photos that encapsulate your whole life. These are the 10 photos.
Okay.
So you're going to have your, I just put that there. We're going to optimize your profile. So optimize the profile for conversions. So that's the welcome post. The next one, because you talked about nutrition recipes, right?
Yeah.
So this is another girl in the group. She's been with us. She's actually just renewed for her 4th year. And this is Megan. So I want you to create a pin post. And this is going to be your primary strategy to get leads for now with your organic content, is I want you to give away something for free. She did a done for you full day of eating. For you, the more specific, the better. It could be like my flat stomach step-by-step meal plan. Like, women just want to know what you eat. It's that simple. Want to know, like, they want your meal plan. So I would give them like a nice photo of you, and then like, who wants my step-by-step meal plan? And then you can see how she got creative with this, and she's talking about the thing, and she's just inviting everybody, drop the word freebie if you want it, and then she sends you a copy.
Okay.
And there's trainings on like how to follow up with people. For the sake of time, we won't get in there. I want you to just like know the tactic, but we want to do this like every 2 weeks. This is going to be your primary way of generating conversations, because we don't want to cold message strangers. We want warm outbound messaging as your primary method, because people are telling themselves that they see value in what you have, which is reducing resistance to wanting to hear about your offer. So we're getting them to psychologically commit and make it a step towards you that's going to start warming them up. So we call this we just call it the giveaway post.
Okay.
And then what you can do is you start to ask people in your polls, like, hey, what body parts do you struggle with most? My butt. Okay, so one of your giveaways is like, hey, my 10-minute booty finishers workout. Who wants it? It's like really simple stuff like that. I'll show you another guy. This is Nico. He crushes these. I just want to give you lots of good references. So watch. There he is. So check out the amount of engagement he gets on these 2 steps, just to show you how simple they are. So here's what 200 calories looks like. So comment FFG and I'll send you my fast food guide. Like, he's doing it in almost like every few posts. Watch this one. Comment meal planning and I'll send it your way. So almost all of his content, the CTAs, they get something for free.
Okay.
And this is the strategy you're going to utilize, but we're just going to maintain a cadence of every 2 weeks. That makes sense?
Yeah. And then I guess just sending them, like adding them into, the MailChimp or whatever sort of email like that. That's where you'll send them the actual link, or do you just send it through actually Instagram?
Oh, great question. Really good question. So giveaway posts, I'm just going to give you reference Nico as well. Okay, so there is 2 ways of doing this. Yeah. Do you have an email list set up already? Email service provider?
I do, yeah.
Okay, that's the preferable way, because what if Instagram shuts your account down? We want to be building an email list 1000%. So what we're going to do is, with these giveaways, send to a lead magnet. You get less people, but you get more qualified. You're just going to start building a much more qualified list. So And these opt-in pages can be super, super simple. They don't have to be fancy. I'm just going to pull up, like, they could be as simple as looking something like this, where it's, this is a business one, but just to appreciate the simplicity of it, graphic of the give plus the same headline benefit with opt-in form. I would always collect first name, email, and phone number, because as your business grows, we want to start to be able to text message people. It's one of the things I wish I did like 15 years ago. We recently brought over tons of emails from Active Campaign HubSpot, and there was like 20,000 names that don't have phone numbers. And we're like, we can't text these people. So, you know, it's just because we never collected phone numbers. So I'm just going to make a note of that.
I did do an email, like, I'm sorry, an SMS list. I did it for a year, but I found that it wasn't really getting much. So I actually stopped my subscription for it.
It is one of those things, SMS text messaging, like it adds up too. It's an additional expense, but it's a great way to, like, if you're running a scholarship promo, I would text everybody, hey, we're running a scholarship promo. Would you like me to send you the link? Because people might stop seeing your social media. They might stop receiving your emails. They're going to spam, whatever. Text message helps you cut through the noise when you need traffic to an offer. So even if you're not using it, but you're still collecting it, I would do that. Most beginners, even some of our students who are like further along, aren't doing this, but I'm telling everybody, you should be collecting all three of these things.
Yeah, collecting it for sure. Yeah.
So great. So you got your lead magnet going. The next main strategy is going to be, I think the biggest thing here, we just need to optimize your page for, like, it's got to become clear on what you do. So what I'd like to see here is you're going to start having, I think the biggest thing, Laura, you open for some feedback here.
Yeah.
My just first impression is like, and take this as a compliment, but you look perfect. I don't see any struggle. So what I want to see is, like, I want to know, like, I want to see like before and afters, because the majority of your photos are like covers. So like my first impression is like, oh, she's on covers. She's always in shape. It's hard to tell. Like, I think this was a before.
Yeah.
I want to know more about this girl here.
Okay.
So I would do a lot less magazine stuff, because it's kind of creates like a gap. Like, look at me, I'm in magazines, and the first impression women have of anybody on a magazine cover is like, oh, she must have good genetics, or oh, she must not struggle like me. Oh, she doesn't know what it's like. Oh, nice to be her. So, like, I want to like get to know you. So like family. I didn't know you had kids until I asked you.
I don't share them on social media though.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Somehow we need to just, like, people need to like understand. Like, I don't know that you're a mom.
Yeah.
I do have some coaching clients for various reasons they can't do that as well. But like, even if you had like mom of two,
Okay.
like, that's immediate credibility. Oh, she's a mom of two. Holy cow.
Okay.
So I would put that even mom of two,
Okay.
wife, because that immediately connects you to, it also makes you a lot more trusting.
Okay.
And that's what we need to do. So overall, like, I would love to see just more like raw and real photos, like less professional, less polished photos on your account that like connect me to like you, like more like this.
Okay.
That more of this, and even just more, like, I'll just give you a couple examples. Like, Suzanne all of her stuff was super polished. I said, Sue, I don't know you the way, like, your social media doesn't show you the way I know you. So I said, just start shooting with your iPhone and just like stuff like this. Let's say she's like in her room talking into the camera. connecting with you in a very personal way. I want to see more of this for your reels. Less polish, just more raw and real. Because women are going to quickly like kind of connect a lot faster and be more interested in what you have to have. Even all this stuff, like not like she's not like polished up the cover. It's just like it's very raw and real, very relatable. People buy your character, they buy like who you are before they buy what you do. So they're just buying like, can I resonate with this woman? Do we have things in common? Does she struggle like I do? So I think that was like my overarching feedback around just like the theme of the page and the feel of the page. With these, so you like cooking, right? A big part of your stuff is like recipes.
Yeah.
I think you should double down on these. Let's see this one go. Like, yeah, this is good. See, it's natural. I can see your kitchen. I get a sense like, oh, she's in a t-shirt and jeans. Like, you know, this is what your woman want because it's actually super helpful. I actually want to make it myself.
Yeah, it's good. Tasty.
Like this is the content. So the workout content at home, you're gonna have three main types of content. This type of content, and I'll show you a girl who crushes this type of content. Just I want you to just make it easier for people to click on. Her name's Emma. She's actually a friend of mine. And like it's so clear like what her page is about. Like she does high protein, low calorie recipes, but she spells them out and they all have their own same look and feel. So when you come to her page, you immediately know, like if you want recipes, I'm gonna follow her because she provides me recipes on a regular basis. So when we come to your page, I want to feel three things. Like, okay, she provides me at-home workouts, she provides me recipes, and she talks about her struggles and what she had to overcome to look this way. So I can like reach out to her to find out if she can help me. Those are gonna be like
I was just going to say the hard thing is, especially with the struggles, especially with Instagram, like if you're not obtaining them for like that 10 seconds, let's just say not even 10 seconds, the first 3 seconds, if they're not engaged, they pretty much are scrolling through. And I find, okay, talking about something like struggles, it's a very in-depth conversation. So to be doing that in less than 60 seconds is where I guess I kind of just didn't even try because I would have to like really start speaking so fast you would not understand me.
Okay, so gotcha, fair enough. So you do your captions though. So you're gonna have you make your reels more around the workouts. You're gonna have your workout reels. You're gonna have your nutrition reels, and then I would also do the random rants where you can crank, say something in 30 to 90 seconds around. I would speak against the villains, anti-cardio, anybody who's like cardio, anti-carbs, or like pro Botox. That's where they need to just, I need to hear you say, like, you got to tell me why, like, it's like dangerous and why it's not necessary. And I just want to show you, like, just show up live, even in your bedroom, like in the front of the mirror, and just while you're doing your makeup, and like talk to me and just tell me this is all unnecessary. So that's the controversial content that you got to give yourself permission to share because it's authentic to you. And that's what women are going to have to reach out to you on. Once there's an emotional connection with who you are, what you stand for, women are going to want to know what you have to offer. It starts with that. So, and then for the struggle stuff, use carousel posts, use photos, before and afters, and then you can use the long form caption to do that. And stories as well. In your stories, you can, don't feel like serious people that are resonating with you, they'll watch you talk for 2-3 minutes, right? There's a reason people watch, 2-hour Andrew Huberman videos and, 6-hour lectures from Jordan Peterson. Like people are interested. So don't hold back. If you've got something to say, I always say there's nothing too long. It's just too boring. So as long as it's interesting, you're good. We're over, like, we've been going for a little while, but why don't we just kind of land the plane there? I'd love to hear what your top takeaways were from today.
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, just narrowing down the niche and actually getting it completely set so that I have now a clear path and direction. The new name to the plan I love, and it just suits like my whole personality and being. I definitely have homework. I loved the welcome post to redo that, and just have more of like the bullet points. Even in general, just to be able to have more of a guidance of the post and have more clear direction of like, yeah, focusing on like talking about my struggles, focusing on the cooking and like, quick snacks that are healthy, as well as like the workouts. So like, I definitely have a lot of direction, and clarity, so that it really helped me today. Yeah. Thank you.
Amazing. Well, Laura, you
Yeah.
did awesome today, girl.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Yes, amazing. Great work today. And for everybody who tuned in today, just let us know in the comments what was your biggest takeaway for your business that you could also apply that you heard today. I'd love to hear that. And Laura, kick some butt.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, everybody, take care. Have a great night.
Ciao. Bye bye.
Ciao, ciao.